about 6 months after we had gotten back is when the earthquake hit Haiti. And my wife had a dream, and she saw me in Haiti, and I was moving concrete. She told me I was recycling concrete, and then we were constructing things and building things. I couldn't put two pieces of wood together with a nail at this point in time in my life, but I had a friend who was in the concrete construction business, so I'm trying to tap into him. So, my wife has this vision. I think I can do this and figure it out. I just need you to teach me. And it was about 6 months later before anybody could really get back into Haiti that wasn't a first responder or some kind of medical. And when we got in, I hit the ground running. I just, we're going to start recycling concrete. We're going to start construction. The government says that they've got some free land that they'll give a company if you'll start a company here. I'm trying to talk to anybody and everybody, but every piece of property I look at is, the negotiations start out at $1 million US, which I had no money for this. And I am 2 years clean at this point in time in my life. I'm trying to figure things out, and I am given chances to go talk in front of Parliament. I am speaking in front of these world leaders, so to speak, and I'm just sitting there trying to figure out, where in the world did this come from, God? How am I able to go talk to these people? I have a vision. I have no money, and I have no idea how in the world we're going to make this happen. And not only did they agree with wanting to help us out, but the mission of Hope Haiti, they bought into this. And I tried to do this for 9 months and couldn't even move a rock. And on this last trip at this 9-month mark, I'm at a hotel. I'm having breakfast with my father, who's come on this trip with me. And it's our last day in country. And I'm sitting there just really defeated. We haven't found anything yet. I can't do anything. And this man walks up to me, and he sees the hat that I've had made and this shirt that I'm wearing. I was official on paper. I hadn't moved anything and done anything, but I had the polos and the stuff. And he's like, Kingdom Concrete Construction and Recycling. What is that? So I'm like, great. Yeah. I get pumped. I start telling him all about it. He joins me for breakfast in the middle of the story, and then he goes, man, that is an amazing story. He goes, let me tell you why it won't work.
Great, thanks.
Well, that's kicking him ways down. And he goes, when you're as poor of a country as Haiti is, and you need to make concrete, and you've got this much money, and you need this much, you just keep adding sand, and that's why everything crumbled. He's like, that's why they're recycling the rebar, and they're just throwing the concrete in the ocean, because it's going to dissolve in no time.
Okay.
He's like, but I've learned over my years that the reason that God gets you to one place isn't always the same reason you stay. He's like, do you mind if I pray with you? I was like, man, I don't know if there's anything else we can do, so let's go for it. And he prays just an amazing prayer. It just kind of brought me some peace. That afternoon, I go look at the last piece of property that we can do. It's 45 minutes outside of Port-au-Prince. It is 20 minutes up a mountain that has no road, which is never going to be conducive for construction or do anything. And I'm looking at $1 million view. I've got the ocean in front of me. I've got more mountain behind me. And I had no clue why, but out of nowhere, I just said, I wonder if coffee could grow here.
Yeah.
Which is all that this government gentleman needed to hear, and he just starts going to town about coffee, speaking so fast that my translator can't keep up with him.
He just said, "You say coffee."
Yeah. And so he goes nuts. We start looking into it. Turns out that coffee was Haiti's #1 export back in its heyday. They used to produce, way back when, almost 50% of the world's coffee. And then in the early 90s, President Clinton enforced an embargo on Haiti and killed their trade, killed their country. Clinton really did a good job on destroying Haiti in a lot of ways, all in the name of trying to save it. And so this guy's telling me about it. Long story short, the government gives us 6,400 acres in this area, which is just outside of a town called Titayan, which means land of the dead. And it's where this was the dump for Haiti type thing. But we found a couple thousand plants growing wild. So in our first year, we were getting a harvest. Have a friend who has a coffee plantation in Hawaii. We shipped him some of the coffee to test it and tell us what to do. And he's like, Brad, this is the coffee I remember from Haiti. He's like, don't change a thing. And unfortunately, with where we are in the world right now, I don't bring any coffee in from Haiti.
Yeah.
But we adapted, and we use a broker to help us get in coffee. So we bring in coffee from 9 other countries. We blend everything ourselves. We only do Arabica coffee at this time. We only do current year crop.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we produce the highest quality coffee. And when we started off, our deal was going to be, church coffee. We were teaching churches how to partner with us, because everybody basically used Folgers.
Yeah.
So it's like, our tagline became, church coffee doesn't have to suck. And so we got a lot of churches to switch to us, and then business leaders in the church started realizing that their coffee at their office was worse than this. And so then it just kind of grew into executive coffee service. And then we started, we opened a coffee shop, and so we started roasting for ourselves in other coffee shops. And before you knew it, we're roasting now for businesses, churches, coffee shops. We have, online sales. People can walk into our roastery and try what we've been roasting that day, buy retail. And all while doing this, they're helping partner with us and the community, and helping homelessness and helping combat recovery and kind of going that route. And so it's been a really long story. We've been doing this now 13 years. It's been a little tough here and there, but to see some of the stories and the lives that you get to touch and affect change with, and it's amazing.